Welcome back. Given the way this is going to go, okay, so I'm going to build another motor with new, absolutely everything, maybe even pistons, and that one's going to be sort of the big power motor. And what has me worried is I kind of get the idea that I'm going to put it into the car and there's going to be loads of things still to learn. There's going to be lots of R&D with the brakes, with the suspension, the ride height, everything else. So given that, I thought I could kill two birds with one stone. I could do a teardown video and I could have a second motor. So I went and got this. How heavy do you think it is?
Heavy.
Should we try to pick it up?
Yeah, and maybe I had a broken
Gearbox.
yeah, but I don't know where it is. I think they throw it away.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's not here. Well, we first can try.
I don't think we're gonna manage.
No.
This is like 200 kilos.
Yeah, we are also 200 kilos more.
Yeah.
Ooh, strong people.
Oh, good God.
He's like, and it's so cold. Yes. Oh, you have a good double.
Oh, that's cold. So really the first thing you want to do when you're doing this is to void the motor of all of its oil. And of course, even if you drop the sun plug, the motor still holds on to about a litre, which was all over my garage previously. It was terrible. Okay, well clearly that's not going to work. So it's time to bring out the big guns. This should do it. It's not doing it. Okay, unfortunately the sun plug is properly seized. But it's not the end of the world. There are other places the world can come out. So what I'm rather going to do for a start is take away all the electronics and wiring, plumbing and pipes and stuff, just so that we've got a cleaner look at the dirty motor. So let's have a quick look around. The one thing that I really want to stress is how dirty this is. Let me demonstrate. and that is everywhere. Another interesting thing, some creature made its nest in here at some point. Okay, I'm just about to take the inlet off of the turbo. You can just see this has been here for a long time. Everyone always says that it's just inlet, compression, stroke and exhaust, and that's how these motors work. And what the hell is all this other stuff doing? There's clearly a lot more to this than just suck, squeeze, bang, blow. It's not just a Friday night in Amsterdam. Okay, look at that. At the turbo, it turns nicely. There is no play on this turbo at all. Wow. We might be able to actually run this turbo. Maybe just do a seals kit on it. But I have been told that a very common issue with these turbos is the exhaust housings cracked, and I know that because I have two of them with cracked exhaust housings. I think the next is to get the turbo off. Okay, so as the next step, I'm going to be taking the inlet and the exhaust off. The exhaust will come along with the turbo, so before I can get the turbo off, I need to first disconnect its oil and water lines. So, the inlet manifold here and the exhaust manifold, you can see this sheet of steel here. This is actually a heat shield. If you recall in one of the earlier episodes, I discussed an issue with the exhaust manifold being so close to the inlet manifold and the heat that's going to be moving between them. What Fiat did is they made this sheet of steel that sits between them and tries to limit the heat from here getting to here. And I suppose it does work to some degree. So now you can see the inlet manifold, the exhaust manifold, and all the really, really rusted bolts. Wow, I hope we have no problems. Okay, now we have a clearer view of this one that is giving us problems. This stuff is practically a sandblaster in a can. Okay, so clearly this bolt has gotten the best of me. And due to my thorough lack of experience, what I'm actually going to do instead is take the motor apart with the head coming off with the manifold still attached, take it to the bench, and then take an angle grinder to it. Take the turbo off. I have pre-loosened these bolts, which is brilliant. I just wanted to show how this actually works. So the engine, in this case, squeezes oil into that gap at the bottom of the bolt, and then it comes out that little hole inside. And then this thing that it goes into has a little chamber around the outside that then funnels into this hole. So when the nut is in like that, the oil will come out there into this chamber and then down the line. It's really interesting. my last sip of water. Oh, that's gassy. Ah. Smells disgusting. It is time to get into the inside of the motor now. So underneath here is the camshaft. So let's get into that. Don't know what else I'm supposed to say about that.